So how's it going, everybody? This is my dad.
Hello.
And this is my son.
Hello.
And we are doing the generational question tag. I'm not sure if this exists. I think we're making it. What?
You didn't introduce yourself.
They know who I am. They watch my channel. So the generational question tag is pretty simple. I have my son, I have my dad, I'm in the middle, and we're all part of a different generation, so we all obviously do things differently, and we've experienced life very differently throughout the years. So we're going to show you just how different things have been for each of us, but also just how similar things have been at the same time. So the way that this is going to work is my dad's going to answer the question first, then I'm going to answer the question, and then Jason's going to answer it because that's the order of the generations. You say, question one.
Go Krumping.
What's Krumping?
Smash bottles up the last house wall. Go for long walks with a crowd of us for 6 or 8 hours a day. Get our parents panicked.
You couldn't do that now. You can't even leave your friggin' street now without parents calling 911. Where's my kid? He's gone. I don't know where he is. What I used to do for fun is I used to build forts out in the field. We used to play G.I. Joes, video games, light poop on fire, leave it on people's doorsteps, the usual, stuff like that.
I have 2 words. Wait, no, a few things. Play with my friends, play video games, and play with action figures.
There you go.
That's me.
That's him.
Wait till I got home and spoke to them. That's all there is to do.
That's pretty much
We
it.
didn't have phones, and we wasn't rich enough for carrier pigeons. So they had to wait till I got home.
So for me, what I used to do, if I was at a friend's house, everyone had a phone, you just called your parents from the phone that they had, like a landline. Or you would have a quarter and you would call your parents from whatever payphone that you happened to be at, because a payphone only costed a quarter. Ain't nobody had no cell phones back then because they were really huge and they weren't really portable. You kept them in your car. That was a car thing. What about you? What do you do?
I use the house phone to call my friends, and I use my friend's cell phone to call your cell phone.
So cell phone technology is something, okay, so here's something you can see. Dad pretty much had to just like go home when he wanted to talk to his parents. I used the payphone and he calls a cell phone. Generational right there.
Good. Di was a good girl. She liked Gigi's.
What's Gigi's, Dad? Nobody knows what a Gigi is. Look it up on Google because he doesn't want to tell us. Probably something rude.
Horses.
Horses. Horses?
Horses.
Why do you call horses Gigi's?
Because that's what they used to call them when you was young. I'm 10 years old, right? And I can remember it because I'm senile, like yesterday now. What are you doing?
For me, sibling life was a little bit different because my brother's 8 years older, so we were so far apart, it was almost like being an only child again because he was thinking on all kinds of different things. He was interested in girls and getting his license and being cool and fashion and stuff like that in high school. And I was in grade school, and all I cared about was superheroes and toys and playing with my friends. So it was, at times, it felt like I had a brother, but then he moved out when I was 12, too. So I did the rest of my growing up without him even being there. So I kind of felt more like an only child. So that would be what it would be like growing up with a sibling for me. Very distant. Now Jason has 3 siblings, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 kids, count them. He's got 3 siblings, and they're all close. So he's gonna have a way different experience.
So basically, it's kind of a really. Sometimes it drives me crazy. Sometimes it's annoying. Sometimes it's actually pretty cool, and sometimes it just makes me want to drive them up the wall.
Like you purposely drive them crazy?
No, I mean the other way around.
Yeah, right. Now the truth comes out. You do it all on purpose,
Okay,
you little
fine.
bugger.
I do.
I knew it. I knew he did that on
It's
purpose.
this funny.
I used to do the bag wash. Collect Granny from the pub when they shut. She was usually leave out to walk home. I've just been asked to modify what bag wash is for the uninitiated. It was your wipes and stuff like that. You put in a pillowcase, took round to the local laundry, they'd wash it and you go and pick it up.
All right, so for me, I had to do the litter box. I had a cat and it used to poop in a box and I used to have to scoop it out. So that was a chore that I hated. I almost never did it. I got yelled a lot for not doing it. And I had to vacuum the carpets and dust. I did a bad job of that too. My mom used to give me a lot of crap because she'd be like, you don't go like this with the vacuum really fast. You gotta give the vacuum time to suck all the stuff up. And I was like, whatever, Mom, I wanna go outside and play with my friends. And I used to have to clean my room, which meant everything just got shoved under the bed. And I had one more chore, and that was the dishwasher. I had to load and unload the dishwasher, of which I did a very bad job of that
An
too.
appalling job.
Jason's turn.
For me, it used to be dishwasher, but now it's sweeping, and I did a horrible job at both.
No. You did okay with the dishwasher. You got good at it. Took him a summer. Took him a summer, that's right.
Oh, and I also clean my room, and I'm very good.
He is actually really good at cleaning his room because I've like trained him to clean his room better. I go in there and just put all his stuff on the floor and I'm like, that's not supposed to be there. Come to think of it, that's what my mom used to do to me if my room was a mess. You can't see it, but she's laughing off camera right now. She'd come into my room and she'd be like, your room's a mess. And everything that wasn't where it was supposed to be, she'd put it on the floor and I'd have to put it away.
It's better to be a mess, you just throw all this stuff on the floor.
That's what I used to think, but she thought that
It might have been good before then.
So as you can see, the big generational difference here is that I don't have to do my laundry, and neither does Jason, but Dad had bag wash.
I don't think I had any. Too stupid. Didn't have any fears till I got married.
Yeah, too stupid.
Now I'm terrified.
When I was a kid, my biggest fear was getting caught doing something naughty by my mom or dad, because that meant life was over, and I was gonna get grounded. All right, Jason, what's your biggest fear?
My own imagination.
You're afraid of your imagination?
I think of some pretty scary stuff.
So your imagination conjures up things that you're afraid of, visions in your head.
I made the most playable thing, Playmobil, into a freaking horror film.
Okay, moving on.
Oh, one year, 4 of us went to Dartmoor in an old Singer convertible, which isn't the same machine, one much bigger, but we sat there all night, it was peeing down with rain, and we had tissues, dabbing the water so we didn't get
So the
We
water's
were glad when the rain stopped at 6 in the morning, because we could put the lid down and dry it out. That was my most memorable.
My favorite childhood family trip was when we went to Virginia and North Carolina. That was awesome because, for one, we stopped in a few Kmart's and I could get cooler toys in the States than I can in Canada. We don't have the selection, I'll explain later. And also the beaches are really cool, the weather was awesome, and my brother was there, and he brought his girlfriend, which I liked. She baked me cookies. How can you not like your brother's girlfriend if she bakes you cookies, right? So for me, that was a huge family vacation that it's probably one of my best memories ever, was going there.
My favorite trip with my family so far was the time that we went to Main Dock, and there was this huge playground thing with a bunch of slides attached to it. There was a huge water park and a grapple and then a zip line. It was really fun.
Bomb site. We lost 6 hours at the end in the war and 3 hours at the other end, and there was nothing like going down the empty cellars, digging down and going down them.
Yep.
Scary for some, not for me. Everybody knew one another.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Come Guy Fawkes night, you'd all go out, you'd light a bonfire, which usually had a tree in the middle of it, and you roasted chestnuts and taters, and you had fireworks. And they used to have neighbourhood parties, street parties, which is something you don't see now.
My neighborhood, when I was growing up, there was a lot of kids everywhere, because there was a lot of fourplexes and 4 family apartment buildings all down our side of the road, and then on the other side of the road there was townhouses and then condos and then apartment buildings, just kids everywhere. Having that many kids around, it made life really, really eventful. You always had someone to play with, like a multitude of people, and occasionally you were lucky enough to get 40 kids together and have a giant game of army tag or capture the flag or something like that. In the wintertime, there was always kids that wanted to play hockey. You could always get a baseball game going. There was always someone to ride your bike with. My neighborhood, although it wasn't really that community oriented like Dad's was, there were so many kids that it kind of made up for it. Okay, so what is your neighborhood like right now?
I live in a neighborhood with a lot of houses, but there are only like 5 kids that I know of. And it's actually pretty fun because like most of them can always play.
Fixed wheel bike. That's one where you can't take your feet off, can't stop pedaling. If you do, what happens is what happened to me. My dad loved me, he built me one. First day out, I went over the handlebars into a lamppost.
That explains a lot, Dad.
Week later, I went over the end wall at the far end of the street at the bomb site, stopped pedaling, come round, it threw me over the wall, which was not bad because it was only 6 foot high. And going round a bend, keep pedaling, pedal caught, went 15 feet down the road on the side of my face. But other than that, you know, it was a pretty good bike.
Other than that, besides the missing skin on my face and the eyeball hanging out, it was a pretty good bike. It was alright. I like it.
What about you?
Alright, I have to refer you to
Batman!
No, it wasn't Batman. I have to refer you to the video I previously did. Shut up! Okay, my favorite toy was a Superman action figure. You squeeze his legs, he punched his fists like a drunken freak.
Why would you be squeezing a man's legs?
Because it was fun and it made his arms move. I refer you to a previous video that I did. Superman's right there in the thumbnail. It's like 4 videos back. Go check that out. It's called My Favorite Toy as a Kid, Superpowers, Superman. Hear all about it there.
Gotta say my favorite toy on the entire planet, the whole wide world, is a remote control car.
He has a remote control car and he loves it. He plays with it like twice a year. He shows his love for it by never playing with it. Good job, son.
What's the preserve?
Keep it in good condition.
Yes. That'll be worth $3 when he's 80.
Anyway, that's it from us. Thank you so much for watching. I learned a lot about my dad today with this questionnaire. And Jason,
Learned nothing.
he didn't learn anything, but he was here, he participated. He was present, okay, and that's something, because usually he's off out with his friends. If you like this, we have that big red subscribe button. If you're not a subscriber, you can click that and you'll get more of what we do on a daily basis. And if you like the video, you could leave a like, because that's going to help us out a lot. And if you want to try these out yourself, I will put all the questions in the description of the video so that maybe you can get together with your son or your dad or both and have a multi-generational questionnaire. It'll be a lot of fun. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you later.
Bye.